A glorious episode of Pod on Lansdowne coming down the pipe for all y'all. After a great week and a half of Red Sox baseball, we're happy you could join us for this episode. I am Freddie Sanchez, aka Fitz, here talking some Boston Red Sox ball bat in your ear, whether you got the AirPods on, driving around in the car, whatever you're doing. We're happy you could join us here. I'm joined by Rob Refsnyder, aka Liam, and MVP Rob Refsnyder, aka Jake. Jake, you entered the room here that we host this on over Al Gore's internets. You entered last, but you one-upped Liam with your name.
I did.
How does it feel to successfully have cucked the Rob Refsnyder mantle?
It feels good. You guys both know I've been on the Rob Refsnyder train for years. You've
got your jersey on the way, right?
Yeah. No, I have it already. I've had it for several years.
You got it in spring training.
Yeah. So it feels good. I've always supported Rob. I don't even know
greatest
where he was
leadoff hitter in Red Sox history, many are saying.
Taking hit by pitches, diving out for loose balls. Got a feeling we're going to be talking about Rob Refsnyder a little bit more on this very program. But Liam, all summer, of course. This is just the start of the Rob Refsnyder saga here.
That's right.
On the show and in Red Sox history. It surely has to be a sign of things to come.
Dawn of a new era.
Absolutely. But again, on the flip side there, Liam, you have been cucked on the
Refsnyder era, if you will.
Ooh, oh, there we go. There's your episode title.
That's Rob Refs. That, I mean, right off the bat, usually it takes a little bit to kind of get an idea of what the episode is going to be called. But that's a pretty clean shot right there. That's a pretty clean way to go about it. But we're happy you could join us on Pod on Lansdowne. If you're new, we have an Instagram. We have Twitter as well. Mainly use the Twitter at Pod on Lansdowne. And if you're coming back here, why don't you go ahead and rate us 5 stars on iTunes and Spotify. More on that a little bit later in the show. We do have a winner to pick out for our contest, Jake's Junk, the winner of Jake's Junk, including the bag of illicit drugs that he highlighted. That will be chosen later in the program. We will announce that live. But first, just dive right into how you guys' week been before we go into the Red Sox. What's new in the world of Jake and the world of Liam? What's going on? Tell me about it, folks.
Liam, you mind if I go?
No, go first. Take it away.
All right. So I just have the one thing. I attended Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
You very much did.
So that was great. That was they won. The Boston Celtics won, and that was a lot of fun. But as we stand now, that series is 2-2, and they play in 4 hours, and I'm nervous, boys. I'm not going to front.
Yeah, this is. I don't want to sound like Magic Johnson on Twitter, where I'm stating the obvious here, but this is, a massive, massive, massive game. And I think you've tweeted this before, Jake, but it's so annoying. Obviously we're basketball experts, Pod on Causeway and all that.
That's right.
But it does seem like sometimes like the Celtics just simply like they get monsters powers, like they come down and
they
take
play like
power
assholes. That's what
they do.
Exactly. Yeah, they completely forget how to play basketball like the last 3 minutes, 4 minutes of a quarter. Bad turnovers, bad shot selection, all that jazz. It's been ugly at times, and it was not great. Was it Friday night? Friday night when they played last game 4 there. They should have won that game.
Yeah, the last few minutes of that game were pretty ugly, I gotta say.
They missed 7 threes in a row.
Yeah, it was just throwing up bricks.
Really bad.
I don't know. It's
one thing like
I guess you gotta just forget about it, but still I saw a tweet. It was like the team that's the best at beating the Celtics is the Celtics.
Absolutely. Yeah,
it's like how Hitler is the only person who killed Hitler. So
that's right.
Okay, makes you think.
Sure,
I'm not calling the Boston Celtics Hitler. I want that on the record.
Interesting parallel.
It's true. It really does make you think. Many people are not saying this. I'm the only one who will. But in all seriousness, like it's one thing if you're missing open threes. You know what I mean? Like you can live with that if you're getting a good look and you're just missing on that. They just do take some dickhead shots sometimes with like a hand directly in their face. And it's one thing if maybe a Tatum's taking that, even if he's cold. But like, I do not want Derek White completely facilitating the offense, and he will go on spurts where Derek White says to himself, "It's Derek White time." It's like that Jordan Clarkson tweet, which is one of my favorite quotes.
That's a good reference. I don't know, man. Every loss they've had in the playoffs since the Nets series. Well, they didn't lose in the Nets series, is my point, I guess. But I just feel
That's
like
analysis right there.
Yeah, every time they lose, it's like, oh, that was just completely your fault. I feel like, I mean, last game at least Steph was like, he saw God. He had God in him that night.
It was incredible.
It's like, oh, that's one of the best players of all time. Just took ludicrous shots and they went in. And what are you gonna do? But even then, I mean, like Tatum had, I think, 7 turnovers last game. That's not good. You don't want that. So it's shit like that. I don't know. Just don't play like assholes, guys.
They love turning the ball over when it is the least convenient. They really do appreciate doing that. They fancy themselves a bad turnover.
They do.
Yeah, hey, but they haven't lost 2 straight, right?
That's correct.
All postseason. So
that's correct.
As far as
nor have the Warriors.
So trend continues.
That is
we're still winning in
7, my friend.
That's right.
That's what that is.
That's math.
Speaking of great tweets that have to do with basketball, this time of year, NBA playoffs, NBA finals, one of my favorite genre of tweets to pop up are fictional conversations held between Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, where Mike Breen then interrupts with these are a couple of the recent ones. I'll try to find up the OG classic bangers. But this one I really appreciated. Mark Jackson. I honestly thought Abu Dhabi was fictional. I thought Garfield made it up. Jeff Van Gundy. It was a false pretext for war. At the end of the day, Colin Powell knew what it was. That's what I believe. Mike Breen. Curry with a long 2.
Did you guys know about like how insane Mark Jackson is? I was reading about it.
He's a weird guy, isn't he?
Well, he's like a zealot, first of all, but
that I did not know.
So he, when he was coaching the Warriors, Steph, his foot was fucked up one of the years, I don't know, and Mark Jackson and his wife told Steph that they blessed his foot, so then they made him play on like a fucked foot, and it was like a problem for a while because of that. Like they were like, no, we prayed for you, and
really,
and he's good.
Now. Yeah,
I think I think this might have to get cut out. I don't know if this is like offensive or not, but I'm pretty sure like Bob Marley did something similar, and that's how he died.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, like he had like a foot infection. He had like a foot infection and just like tried to pray it away.
He didn't want modern medicine or whatever.
Yeah, and
Steve Jobs also went that way. He wouldn't do like modern cancer treatment. He thought like herbs and shit would save him. And they didn't, and now he's dead. So
is that how Stan Chera went out too?
Do we know if Stan Chera received the COVID vaccine?
I don't know.
That was pre-vaccine. Well, that I think, right? Yeah.
Because what that was that
Trump got it.
2020.
Yeah.
Am I going out like Stan Chera?
Yeah. Marley had a malignant type of melanoma under his toenail. And he rejected the doctor's advice. Yeah, no, you're right. It says he rejected his doctor's advice to have his toe amputated, citing his religious beliefs, and instead the nail and nail bed were removed, and a skin graft was taken from his thigh to cover the area. Marley's health deteriorated as the cancer spread through his whole body and killed him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So this has been Pod at Mass General.
Autopsy on Lansdowne.
Nice.
Jim Henson kind of like not like the same type of circumstances, but like he was like kind of like, oh, I'm fine, nothing's really wrong with me, and he had a form of pneumonia that like if they had addressed it beforehand, I think he probably would have survived through it, but he got really sick really quickly after that, and that's how he died. If I'm not mistaken.
He was only 53 when he died.
Bob Marley or Jim Henson?
No, Jim. Bob Marley was
really
36.
Yeah, I might cut this whole thing because this is about to get really sad. Have you ever seen footage from his funeral? It's fucking sad, dude.
Bob
like
or Jim Henson?
Jim Henson. Jim Henson's funeral.
Did the Muppets sing and stuff?
I swear to God, yes, they did.
That wasn't a joke. I assume
Big Bird went on with a tie and saying it's not easy being green, and the guy like doing the voice of Big Bird started crying at the end of it. It's fucking heartbreaking.
Big Bird saying it's not easy being
green. Sesame Street, Big Bird, like the big yellow guy.
Yeah, no, yes. I know. Did Kermit attend, or did they think that's not cool yet because Jim Henson played Kermit? Do you think?
I think Kermit maybe did make an appearance. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I do know that like Big Bird did a killer rendition of "It's Not Easy Being Green." And
you ever seen the way they puppet Big Bird? It's like a guy. It's a guy
crazy.
Standing in it, and then his arm is up.
Like that. Yeah, his arm kind of like I don't know. You can't really see, but yeah. It's. I mean,
who's everyone's favorite Muppet?
Mine's big Gonzo. God, yes!
I was going to say Gonzo.
Yes.
You know ball. Let's go.
Or Rizzo. I also like Rizzo the Rat, who's kind of been phased out the last decade or so, which is something that feels like anti-Italian discrimination. But
one of the main focuses of like Muppets in Space or whatever that movie was from the 90s, was he not? I think that was
Rizzo.
Gonzo, right?
Rizzo, yeah, I think he was.
Well, Gonzo was the star of that, but Rizzo was in it a lot.
Right.
Too. Rizzo
he played like a supporting character role.
Yeah, Rizzo was in Treasure Island a lot as well.
Yes,
he used to be an important Muppet, but they don't.
Captain Prawn as well. I feel like he's been canceled for whatever reason.
What was Tutter from? Was he a Muppet or was he from Sesame Street?
What is
Tutter?
Tutter. Tutter.
Tutter.
Okay, he's a Muppet. I'll send you guys a picture of him.
Was he in like Fraggle Rock or something?
Oh, that's definitely what it was.
Was he?
Tutter.
Oh,
he's a little mouse.
A bear in the big blue house.
Idiot. He's not a Muppet.
Yeah, he shows up in the Muppet Wiki.
Oh, you're right. Is this a Jim Henson program?
It had to have been.
Wow.
Yeah, Tutter's cool.
Did you guys watch Bear in the Big Blue House?
Of course I watched Bear in the Big Blue House. Did you ever, whenever the big bear like went up to the camera and like started sniffing, did your brain used to tingle a little bit because like his nose got so close to the screen, like it fucked up your like stupid 5-year-old brain? Because it did with me.
No.
Did you see anybody about that?
Listen, if he did it today, I don't think he would. First of all, this is all staying in. I'm not cutting any of this. Second of all,
this episode is off the rails already.
New personal record. We speed run the shit posting part of the show, but no, like the bear would go up to the screen. And like he would sniff you up. He can't obviously smell you because it's a TV. Smell visions don't exist, you idiot. But he goes up to the screen, puts his nose all up in there, and like just watching as a kid on Disney Channel, like I don't know, it was like a tingly sensation right in the middle of the brain for like 2 seconds. And he's like, "Hey, like come on into the house," and we went about our day, both of us. After that.
So I'll just say, for me, I never had that sensation.
Okay, it might just be me.
Can't say I did either.
I cannot say I've experienced the same thing. But
any doctors
awesome.
or
awesome
like
for you.
Maybe clearly child therapists? I don't know. Like if anyone needs to talk about that, like if anyone has any experience, hit us up on Twitter or Instagram at Pod on Lansdowne. So yeah, that's been preventable death
Pod on Sesame Street.
That's been
preventable variety hour.
Preventable death in Muppet Talk here on the program. Oh man. So yeah. Anyways, the Boston Red Sox. They've been stellar over the last 10 games. 8-2 on this road trip. 9-2 in their last 11. We said last episode if they got back like 6-4, maybe even 7-3, that'd be stellar. And the West Coast Strip, which you usually just try to tread around 500, they came back 8-2. It was a great stretch of games, and it's almost disappointing, guys, that it very easily could have, or maybe even should have, been like a 9-1 trip. So, like, and I'm not trying to throw cold water on the team. They've obviously been playing great this past week and a half or so, but it could have been a 9-1. Road trip there after preventable loss the other night. But general takeaways over the last week or so since we last spoke. It's been a very encouraging stretch for the Red Sox as they look to hold on to a wild card spot. We'll start with you, Liam. Anything you want to bring to the floor about the Red Sox?
Yeah, no, I'm happy you said it so I didn't have to and be like the Debbie Downer. But that Robles loss stinks.
Mm.
I can live with the you lose to Ohtani pitching 6 or 7 innings and hitting a 2-run bomb. Even though that game was still in hand late until Sawamura grooved a fastball to Velasquez or whatever. But no, they look good. Starting pitching, Cutter Crawford on Sunday. Shout out Cutter Crawford.
Yeah, he was excellent.
But no, things are good now. They go home for maybe nine. It's like the A's. It's like the A's, Cardinals, and someone else after that. But no, as far as I can tell, as long as the trend continues, I mean, the only downside is they haven't picked up literally any ground on the Yankees.
Yeah,
not
they've
that
been
we're
fucking.
Not that we're really
I'm
concerned.
I'm over
not that we're really concerned with the division
Yeah.
at this point, but like that part's just annoying.
It's just a matter of how good the Yankees have been as of late. Yeah, you're not focused on winning the division right now. As again, not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer here. It'd be great if you won the division, obviously, but you're focusing on getting one of those 3 wild card spots at this rate. The Yankees have been fucking rolling up from the get go, basically.
Are we in pretty much like consensus? The 3 wild card spots are going to be from the AL East. Like, just depends on what order they finish in.
Cleveland
so much
better than I thought they'd be.
Yeah, no, they have been. I think their offense in general has been better.
He's hitting more home runs than he is striking out, which is crazy.
He's a freak.
He's been killing.
Why did he sign for that much money? Is he an idiot or something?
What a steal! Again, well, I guess like this year, like Machado is like an MVP candidate in the NL, but all things considered, just given the track record, I'd say that J. Ram's the best third baseman in baseball, and they got him for a song. And then the rest of the offense has been quietly playing very well as well over in Cleveland. I mean, Owen Miller's been pretty good. Jimenez has been solid up the middle. Josh Naylor has had a couple good stretches so far this year. Stephen Kwan's a good hitter who just is starting out his career. They've been way better than I thought, Jake. You raised a good point there.
Yeah, I don't, because they're the only. I'll pull up the standings right now, but it's the 3.
It's either going to be 2. Yeah, it's going to be 2 AL East teams, and then whoever doesn't win the Central out of Chicago or Cleveland. I mean, I got
I don't know about Chicago, man.
I got zero faith in Chicago right now.
My World Series pick is looking bad right now. Looking really bad. I don't think
their run differential is -56.
Yuck.
That's horrible.
We have the 3rd best run differential in the American League now, don't we? Behind the Yankees, like absurd number, and then the Astros.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a second team from the AL West coming out. I think the dirt.
No.
Angels are toast.
Yeah, I mean,
they are who we thought they were.
I mean, the White Sox could turn it around. Maybe they'll do one of those like they fire.
Any of these teams could turn it around. There's still so much baseball
left. Pump the brakes. I mean, like I don't think Detroit. I think
yes, yeah. I was gonna say well, actually, the Rangers have actually been playing like way better than I thought they were. They're still kind of in the mix. Like the again, just Detroit is not going to turn it around.
Run differential, I think, is the clearest. Like by the end of the year, it's almost always the line between positive and negative is within one team is like the playoff line, and right now it's the positive teams are the 4 AL East teams, Minnesota, Cleveland, and then Houston is 1, and then Texas and the Angels are +4 and +9. So, I mean, unless they jack that up, I feel like it's probably.
I also think that's been going way down from the Angels because they were hot, and then I'm telling you, man, the injury to Taylor Ward, it was the curse of Taylor Ward's shoulder or whatever happened with him, and ever since then they've been stinky doo doo.
Did they get swept by the Mets too?
Was it a sweep or was it just a series loss?
Was it a sweep?
I'm not sure.
I know they lost Sunday night, but
the tidbit on Sunday
poor
night.
Joe Madden getting his
no, it was not a sweep.
We got to talk about that.
That was an incredible tidbit. Yeah. For those who don't know, apparently after the Angels snapped their 55,000 game losing streak, Joe Madden got his head shaved into a mohawk to, kind of lift the spirits of the players.
No. You're missing. I think it was during the losing streak, he shaved his hair.
I thought it was in celebration of losing.
No,
okay.
No.
And then it was like, guys, let's have some fun. But then they fired him before
the players could see the mohawk.
haircut and before the next game. So the team never saw the mohawk.
Yeah, before that's the key point. Before the debut of the mohawk, he was being shown the door rather. So I fucking Joe Madden. That guy.
He always pissed me off.
He thinks he invented the game of baseball.
Yes.
See it, pal. See it, dude.
I
Kick
get bad
rocks.
Bad vibes from him.
Him and LaRusso both think that they invented the game of baseball. So 1 down, 1 to go. In terms
LaRusso, I don't understand how he still has a job.
That Trey Turner to Max Muncy thing. If you saw that.
The soundbite after the game was great, where he's like, "Oh, was there a question of whether or not that was the wrong move?"
He was like, "Oh,
yeah,
have you seen how good of a hitter Trey Turner is with 2 strikes? He has 2 strikes. You take 1 pitch and you get him out. You fucking bozo."
Just a bizarre move.
So that's what makes the game so great. You could disagree. I'm like, yeah, like you could disagree about things, but like this is just like an objectively stupid fucking decision, Tony. Even if it worked, it was still a bad idea. You kidding me? God, that guy's
he's really showing his age on that one.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't to begin with, but he's gotta go.
So anyways, back to the Red Sox. Jake, any general thoughts over this past week or so that you want to present?
Yeah, so do you guys think if the Red Sox were going to sign one Muppet to play for them, who do you think would be the most talented one?
My answer for all of these is going to be Gonzo the Great. That's a great clubhouse guy. He could be like a Kevin Millar, keep people loose.
Yeah.
Pull some antics, like be fired out of a cannon if there's a losing streak.
I don't think he'd hold up. I think he'd break down too fast, I think.
Well, he shot out of so. I disagree.
He seems frail.
He takes a lot of beatings.
Shoot him out of cannon.
He takes a lot of beatings that he gets right back up. I feel like he might be like a Pedroia type. He's very scrappy.
I think Sam the Eagle would be a really strong.
Oh, he'd fit right in with like Brazier.
Sam. Oh no.
Oh, Sam has to be big bootstraps. No.
Yeah. Okay.
To bring it to Disney World, the Muppet Vision 3D, he says they're going to write a song or do a like a tribute to all nations, but it's only actually America or whatever the actual line is. Right. Off the top of my head, he's basically saying like, no, we're all you know what he said? He was like America first, and I was like, hold on there, Sam, hold slow your roll there, pal.
Sam the Eagle has been canceled.
Sam the Eagle definitely has some strong opinions on the Second Amendment. I'll tell you that much.
I think you're probably right with Gonzo looking at the Muppet roster right now. Maybe Animal. He might have some
Animal would be nice.
He'd be great out of the bullpen.
High energy.
Oh yeah. But then if you bring in the Sesame Street characters, who are
I was gonna say, I was gonna bring in Sesame Street.
Not to get into this, but there's some rights problems where like, are they Muppets? It's like a 60-year-long thing. They don't. But anyway,
let's get into the legalese of the definition.
The legalities of the Muppet.
It is not a puppet. Or Muppet,
don't even get me started on Fraggle Rock. That's a whole other thing.
Buddy.
I was going to say Snuffleupagus. Just put him behind the plate.
Too slow.
Put him behind the plate. He'll block everything. He's just so big.
A wild pitch, he's gone. There's no way.
You know who sucks? You know who's my least favorite Muppet / Sesame Street character? You know who really fucking sucks? That asshole Telly with his pogo stick. He sucks. Boom.
Is that like the little guy? What was he?
No,
he's
like
he's like a maroonish purple, and he's built a little like Cookie Monster. He's got sort of that build.
He complains about he'd be a clubhouse cancer. Are you kidding me?
What is Telly's defining trait? He
hates everything, besides his pogo stick. He's like, I can't do anything. I'm Telly.
That's Oscar's
sucks.
bit though. Oscar hates everything. He's why is Telly?
That's an endearing, like Oscar just like has disdain for people. Telly just mopes all the time.
Oh yeah, this guy does suck.
Talk about like
Telly.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now. I've got the numbers right here. He's terrible.
He loves his pogo stick. He's garbage.
It's crazy how many new Sesame Street characters there are. Like since
Abby, they call her watching.
Yeah, since I stopped watching a couple years ago, they've added so many.
A couple years ago. No, it was a Wicked Chill Muppet who I also would love to have in the clubhouse for the Red Sox. Ralph, the guy who plays the keyboard, the dog who plays the keyboard. That guy.
Is it
awesome.
Ralph or is it like Ralph?
It might be Rolf, I think, technically. R-O-L-P-H.
It is Rolf. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know who would be great? Who'd be great in the front office for sabermetrics purposes?
Beaker and
Zoe.
Dr.
Zoe.
No.
Like,
well, this is more of a Sesame Street guy, but the Count.
Oh yeah. Well, he'd be a good ump.
That too.
95th percentile in sprint speed. One blown call. Two blown calls.
It's funny whenever they bring new Muppets in and like the people get pissed off. Like, oh no, there's a black Muppet. Like, why does that affect you? You know?
Part of the culture war.
Yeah, kids are going to be watching this new woke version of Sesame.
Woke Street with minority Muppets.
Why is Elmo flying the pride flag? He would never do that when I was a kid.
I feel like the most recent one was like there's like a non-binary Muppet now.
An Asian American Muppet debuted last fall.
Okay,
and Sam the Eagle was not happy, folks. I can tell you that much.
Sam the Eagle quit.
Smiley and Brazier sitting on the couch being like, that's an American standing up for what they believe in.
Imagine Smiley going on Sesame Street.
That would be great.
Somebody should make that in the Dali thing. Smiley on Sesame Street.
I hate every. I was trying to like every single one of them. They're so unsettling. Every single one.
I was trying to make one with like Wally and Tessie at the altar, and it was too much.
No.
It didn't understand. I was like Red Sox, Wally, and Tessie.
On Sesame Street.
I haven't been able to make one. It keeps like saying like, oh, it's like time's out or something. You know what I mean?
It's weird. You have to just hit it a few times, and then eventually you get there.
Do you think it knows what Smiley? Probably.
There's
not.
no chance. There's no chance.
Yeah.
I tried to do one where Rob Repsnyder was Remy from Ratatouille yesterday, but it wouldn't let me do it. Like controlling the hair.
Anyway.
Oh, man. The Red Sox.
What are we talking
about? Jesus Christ. This is an all-time
one more point about the artificial intelligence. I didn't
the live one? The Google one? It's going to kill us all?
We could get into that, too.
Can we? Without being killed by this AI?
I made a Dali thing earlier in the weekend. I didn't post it because it kind of sucked. But it was Dexter Jetster as the Red Sox manager. It literally just looked like Mark McGuire in the dugout.
Oh my gosh!
Wow! What do you know?
It bombed. It didn't have the juice. That one.
It didn't have the juice. Not like Franchi Cordero holding the World Series trophy.
I haven't seen since
that one was good.
You could at least like make out the figure and the trophy. Yeah. That's like half the battle.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of these since I was prospecting in Pawtucket.
You know what's funny? Ever since I've been seeing these Dali things, I keep thinking that it's just like the Dale Earnhardt at Omaha Beach. They're basically like all that genre of thing. Like that's what this is, you know?
There was one where it's like Jar Jar Binks at the Nuremberg trial. So stupid.
A similar picture, although it's not a Photoshop. To go back to Muppets, there's one of Elmo at a Senate like hearing or something like that, and he's got a suit and tie on. And
he's like filibuster on the Iraq War.
Well, the actual thing, like he's like asked like people like, hey, it's important to fund like PBS and shit like that. You know what I mean? But people would take the picture of him looking up there, and it's like he faces.
Oh, wasn't that like a Trill Ballin shit?
Defrauding like thousands of people in a Ponzi scheme or something like that. Elmo actually had money in the Cayman Islands, which is not illegal there.
I wonder how many pictures there are of people. Like, I'm sure Bill Cosby on Sesame Street or something, right? I'm certain there's
sure. There's definitely
like
so many
people,
problematic.
People lost.
Now we're tripping into dangerous water here. This is
or like Jared from Subway on Sesame Street.
No,
or something.
No. Yeah, I'm sure there is. Like
that'd
like
be a fun genre of picture, like canceled people on
canceled guests from Sesame Street.
Oh no, there's Jared with the Muppets, but I cannot find Jared on Sesame Street.
Just Dolly it.
Right.
Could just Dolly it. Again, back to baseball before we go off the rails in 2 minutes. So someone start the timer. The bad news over the last few days is Eovaldi, Nate Dogg, and Garrett Whitlock being both sent to the injured list for a stretch of days. I think Nate can come back because it was retroactive a couple days before it was actually put on.
9th, I think it was retroactive too.
First of all, 6'9", nice. Second of all, I think he can come back like mid next week. It's still a tough blow. And then Whitlock getting hurt, that sucks there too. So Cora and the pitching staff are going to have to get creative as to how they eat these next handful of innings, which makes the 8-2 stretch all the more important as the season goes on, to go on a West Coast trip like that and be well over 500 while sustaining that blow. It sucks, obviously, because Whitlock's been great, of course, and Eovaldi, outside of the home runs, has been slicing per usual, as he has over the last couple of years, but just stinking to not have those two guys to rely upon.
Yeah, I mean,
agree.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I was going to say that I think the really important thing is take care of business against you. You're playing two bad teams 6 times in the next 9 games.
Nice.
Yeah, also nice. And just take care of business there, because St. Louis is good. They're sandwiched by the two poor teams, which are Oakland and Detroit. And I believe Winchowski's going to come up again and get one of the starts. I think I saw something yesterday that they fiddled with Worcester's rotation so that his day is, I guess, Nate or Garrett's day. I don't know which it was.
Getting another bite at the apple after his first go around. I'm excited to see that.
Carter Crawford was pretty good yesterday. I have to commend him.
He was very good.
Yeah.
5 innings, 7 Ks. I'll take that every time.
Yeah.
I think he walked 4 guys, but
gave up 1 hit.
But yeah,
excellent.
Generally,
I know Seattle's kind of not. They haven't really lived up to expectations so far this year. But I mean, hey, 1 hit on
that
the
lineup
road
that lineup still scares me.
Yeah, Winker's a good hitter.
Are we going to DFA Robles? Is that going to happen?
Okay.
I don't think you can.
Do we want to move into fuck with, don't fuck with?
Maybe we wait a week or something, but I feel like it's coming, right?
Do we want to just move into fuck with, don't fuck with there? Because that's my don't fuck with on the week. Listen, I've done this before.
Oh, wow.
I hate to do it again.
The Hansel Robles guy.
I gotta calls them like I sees them, and my fuck with is actually pretty surprising on the back end of that as well. This is the recurring theme of my fuck with, don't fuck with. Is just, hey, just call him as you see him on the week. Hansel, who I've defended many a times, especially going into the season. We've all heard it. I know it. You know it. We all know it. I've made my bet as the Hansel Robles defender before. He's making it increasingly hard to do so, to the point where it's like I can't even justify doing so. Maybe again, I'd said this a couple weeks ago, I think, but the writing maybe has kind of been on the wall with the hard contact that he's given up, and that's really come to a head as of late. When he's getting lit up, he gets lit up like real bad, like a Christmas tree. Not locating well, not making competitive pitches as of late. That was bad. Was it Friday? No, Saturday night. Saturday into Sunday morning. That was really bad. That 9th inning. That was a mess. And I hate to do it to my king, but I got to make him my don't fuck with on the week.
I respect it.
He sucks. He's really bad now.
It's really bad.
Mean, I'm just gonna piggyback off that because my don't fuck with is just the general concept that the team doesn't have a closer. I don't know how much longer.
One now too.
No, I think it's Houck now. I think
so too.
I wanted to get into that. Do we want to get? I think it makes sense to have him in there as a closer, at least for the time being, while you wait for Whitlock, while you wait for Eovaldi to get healthy.
Okay, so let's.
I would agree. So Schreiber's the 8th inning man, and Houck is the closer. I'm okay with that.
Strom is 7, I guess.
Yeah. interchangeable.
Why not?
Generally speaking, you know what I mean? Yeah, they got, it's one of those days Hauk's going to need an off day. Obviously shit like that. But I do think Hauk's at least...
It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick when we take a lead into the 9th in Toronto and he's not there. That's going to be awesome.
And then we have to call back on Robles with Springer, Bichette, Vlad, do up, you know what I mean? I think at least, and again, at least for the time being, and long term, I do think Hauk probably, at least the team wants him to be a starter, you would think. But as a starter so far this year, he's kind of been off on his command. He hasn't been locating his slider as well, you'd think. But there are spurts where 1-2 innings at a time, Hauk's really effective. He has that powerful stuff. Again, when the slider's on, it's a wipeout type of a pitch. No one can fucking hit that. And when the fastball is good too, that's obviously a great compliment 1-2 with the slider. So with that in mind, having him in that closer role might be the most beneficial, where he can just give you one solid inning of work, or he takes your most high leverage inning, even if it's like the 7th inning. I think his skills right now really positively lend itself to that.
Yeah, I mean he's essentially Whitlock light, Whitlock 2.0 in that regard.
Well, no, 2.0 would be a better Whitlock.
Whatever, you know what I mean. But no, I like him, and I like the idea of him being the closer, because he can give you multiple innings, and I mean the fact that he's really only got 3 pitches. I mean, I think long term he's probably better suited for the bullpen anyway. But
maybe,
my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on Hauk. They still need to move for a bullpen arm at some point this summer.
Daniel Bard, baby.
That's the hope.
You wonder what it would take. Like what have they seen so far that's like, I don't know if we need to make a trade yet. Like what has to happen? I don't know what they're waiting for.
When is it too big of a sample size?
A month ago, probably. Like
if Paxton comes back, next month, or even by the end of this month. I don't know what his timeline is looking like right now, but I feel like he's been around the team pretty frequently.
I think if you get anything outside of Paxton just being a solid inning eater, he just stay the course, hold the line, tread enough water. If you get anything above that from Paxton, it's a positive. I'm not expecting him to be,
sure,
like the real, OG Big Maple. But if he
is
can
that
when
you move Whitlock back to the bullpen though?
Well, Sale, I think it might get back before Paxton now, right?
Well, yeah, they might bring him back into the bullpen too, which I like the idea of that.
I like that too.
If he can kind of be like a pseudo Whitlock for the time being, where he can give you 2 innings at a time, 3 innings at a time, I like that. You were saying, Jake?
Yeah, one of my favorite things, and I mean, more teams do it now, but with the 2018 Red Sox, it was like their thing is like when you just get use pitchers. Don't use your bullets in the bullpen, just throw. If you're going to throw, just do it in a game. I love it. Like the guys, how they would have them pitch the 8th inning on their bullpen days, like Porcello and Evaldi. And it was just come on in. You're going to throw anyway. You might as well throw off the mound.
So they do something really good at it.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. So it seems like that's kind of what the whole Sale thing is. It's like, well, if you're going to rehab anyway, just do it out of the pen, I guess. It sucks so bad. We need something out there. So sure, I like that. I mean, it's not, what difference does it make? If he gets lit up, he gets lit up. The pen sucks anyway,
One more note on Robles. Over just the past 2 weeks, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs during that time. The really concerning thing. Yeah, it's been really small sample size, and it's been a really bad sample in there. Enough for me to say I'm not fucking with him this week. What really concerning, going to old reliable Baseball Savant, burst percentile in average exit velocity. Burst percentile, 1 out of 100. Really, really, really bad. He is only slightly above us. In the 0th percentile in average exit velocity. So that's not ideal. 10th percentile in xwOBA, which kind of throws a whole bunch of stuff into a gumbo and spits out a number there. I don't have time to go into xwOBA here. You got Google.
Cosmic gumbo. It's what the Twins were thinking.
Sort of like a cosmic gumbo. I've seen every cock on the planet. I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior. So if you have tattoos, you don't get gifts. Not that year. Anyways, let's work backwards here. We'll start with the don't fuck with, and then end on a positive note with the fuck withs. Anyone want to give their don't fuck with of the week? Then we'll go to fuck with, and then our Franchi Hymn of the Week award too. We have that to present.
Liam, you want to do don't fuck? You want to do your don't fuck with first, please?
Well, yeah, no. I mean, we've already covered it. Was the concept of nobody's the closer.
True.
Everyone's the closer.
I actually, in a vacuum, prefer like no concrete closer. I think it should be like. Personally, I like it better when it's like, oh, here's your high leverage guy. I don't think that's necessarily the ninth inning all the time.
Yeah, sure, your most important inning could be like the fifth inning. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's not always comes to that. Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting idea.
But they don't have anything anyway.
You're a no set closer hipster, Jake?
I am. Yeah. Well, I liked.
I agree with that take though. Like you don't.
I do. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the ninth inning. Like I'm completely open to that situation and that guy being flexible.
Is Matt Barnes dead? Do we know? I mean,
probably.
Like, did they just? I mean, that was a. I know that's a. I know. You don't need to be a rocket surgeon to know that was a phantom DL stint. But
he underwent an MRI on Saturday that revealed some fluid in his shoulder. This is not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that. So
he's down in Florida, right?
It didn't move the needle. He doesn't matter anymore. It's like he's completely. No, I mean, hey, he's the pride of Connecticut, Matt Barnes.
UConn baseball. Did they lose last night to go down 1-1, or so it's going to a Game 3 in the College World Series?
I don't know. Him and Springer.
Sure.
George Springer.
That's right.
I hope UConn loses. Go UMass. Everything. I don't like. You know who I don't fuck with? I don't fuck with UConn, baby. I don't fuck with the Huskies. Anyways, Jake, you're don't fuck with on.
I don't fuck with. What was yours, Fitz? Oh, Hansel. Well, I kind of have. Okay, so luck as a concept. That's what I'm not fucking with right now. My man, Franchi, I was looking, Stats tweeted it today. His expected everything so much higher than
off the charts.
What it is. Yeah. Like his WOBA, his slugging, his average, the expected is all a good, like 150 points to 200 points higher than where it actually is. And that sucks. He's like 3 for 30 or something right now.
At least he's striking the ball well, right? It's productive at-bats,
Like he's hitting the ball hard.
He had one in Oakland last week where the shift was on, but he hit a
ripped it right to the first baseman.
Yep, exactly. Kind of poked up a little bit. That's the exact one I'm thinking of, Liam.
So annoying.
Anecdotal, of course, but you would hope at least that there's going to be some positive regression on that, and maybe he doesn't maintain those crazy expected numbers long term. But you got to think that the actual raw results are going to swing the other way there if he is, providing those quality at bats, which he is. He looks like his approach is way better. He's not pushing as much. He's not, forcing the issue at the plate. He's taking more pitches, more competitive at bats in general. That's the big buzzword. But if he keeps that up, if he can keep that approach up, then the actual results will continue to actually come his way or go back to going his way. Because right now, Jake, you're right. He is getting a bit unlucky. Our King Franchi.
Yeah,
it's screwed.
It's pretty wild though to think about what he looked like at the plate in like April of last year. Yeah, and you look at him now, like it's a a completely different player.
Leaps and downs.
Yeah,
Do we think this little Bobby stretch here is fake? Or
so let's move into that because that's my fuck with of the week. Bobby Dahlbeck again calls him like I sees him. Right? Bobby has gotten plenty of criticism on this show this season. I love Bobby. He's a cutie patootie, but he has not been great up until this past week or so. But over the last week, 2 home runs, 320 on base percentage, 6 ribeye steaks driven in, ribbies, RBIs, whatever you want to call it. Strikeouts, not striking out as much. Again, it's a similar sort of better plate approach. Now, I feel like we've seen this from Bobby in the past, and then he kind of goes back to his nasty habits where he swings at anything within the same area code as the strike zone. So I'm cautiously, I'm not holding my breath, but I'm cautiously optimistic that maybe he's turning a new leaf, maybe question mark. I don't know. I'm trying to stay optimistic on this. I'm not going to full out say that he will kind of keep up this better approach, but at least it's encouraging to see. And it was nice to see this week. So he gets a little hat tip through this fuck with recognition.
Yeah. Fucking Hansel took away that cool moment. What an asshole.
Oh,
right?
It would have been a great
in front of his
moment
friends and family. Bob hits that go-ahead home run, and then Hansel goes and takes a big old poop right on the mound.
Big, huge dump.
That's exactly what he did.
What people were talking about today.
You know, the reason they were able to show it is because it was so late at night. Most of the kids were asleep. The FCC regulations did not apply. Yeah, after exactly.
Are we done? Are they home? They're home for the rest of the season now, right? Like not on the West Coast, or do they go back?
That's my fuck with. I don't think there's any start time after 8 p.m. the rest of the year.
Well, I like late Red Sox Twitter.
Well,
so
I actually think it's fun.
Late night Sox Twitter is fun, but it's like, okay, we got it in. We do it once.
It's what you don't want to consistently be doing that. I agree.
I feel like
it's a fun little novelty.
Yeah, and I feel like it's typically earlier in the year, like we're going at the end of April or the beginning of May.
They've got a couple 8 o'clock
this one
starts.
Sometimes like I remember a couple years ago they were out in LA. It was like July.
Oh, okay, I do remember that.
You know, I think that was like 2016 because that was not the last season of Game of Thrones airing. It was the second to last season. I remember explicitly that it was happening like a day before, day after some fun Twitter night in LA. But anyways, yeah, I don't want to consistently be waiting until 10 o'clock for first pitch.
No, I do not. So really, I'm happy that the 9 o'clock starts are reserved for the Celtics going forward.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good fuck with.
Yeah, so that's me. I've been sounding like an old man shouting at the cloud the last like 3 episodes now. Like, God damn it, these start times are late. But hey, can only last so long. I only got so much
beauty sleep, folks.
I know. I need my 8 hours. So, I'm happy they're finally home. I'm disappointed they're off today though, just because like I would have liked to keep the vibes going, but it's fine. Travel day
again. Get for some home cooking
night tonight. Game 5.
Yeah, which is fine. Then we get back to Fenway, so which is nice.
I might be there Saturday. I got to figure out if I'm able to go, but I might be in attendance Saturday night. If any of you rapscallions.
Who's that? St. Louis.
Cardinals, yes.
Do you think they're going to do anything for like Wainwright, Pujols, Molina, the 3 old men?
Yeah, thanks for losing multiple times in the World Series to us.
Retirement tours. I think they're so stupid.
Poppy was saying today like you should get one. And
Is Waino actually getting one?
Rivera
or Jeter? Who retired first, Rivera or Jeter?
Rivera. It was a year.
Rivera, the season before.
Yeah. Gotcha. That was the first big one I remember. I mean, I wasn't.
I remember.
I wasn't old enough to remember like if MJ had one in basketball. You know what I mean?
I know. Like Cal Ripken had one.
Same deal. His last year was 01, 02?
Yeah. So
yeah, I wouldn't.
Don't remember it. I've only ever seen photos, but yeah, before Rivera, that's the only other one that comes to mind. Even Poppy's was like it was cool for us, obviously, but it was really like to everybody else, it was like, why do we?
You know
why
how
do we
stressful
care?
it must be to think of the gifts that you give the guy.
I was at Jeter's. There have been some cool gifts.
There has. I'm saying, but I was at Jeter's last game at Fenway when they did the whole.
Oh my God! They had like the band out in the center field.
It was bigger. They did more for him than the fucking Yankees. I was like, what is this? It was so bizarre. Like Bobby Orr was there. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, that was really bizarre. I don't think I'll ever forget that.
Reel it in, guys.
Joe Kelly took a selfie with him.
Yeah,
like
have some dignity.
What is happening? What happened to shame?
Yeah, you don't have to bend over for the Yankees anymore. You've beaten them multiple times now. Like you don't have to kneel down to them. You don't have to stoop to this low level. The best gift on the Ortiz tour, easily, speaking of Baltimore, was the phone that he smashed at Camden.
I know.
Easily.
Rumor has it he was not pleased with that. But
really?
Neither here nor there.
Inside Orioles right there?
Maybe. But can neither confirm nor deny, but I don't think he loved that one.
We distort Liam's voice to protect his identity. It's like
he didn't love that one very much.
He was not too fondly of that.
But yeah,
I thought that was hilarious. That was awesome.
No, that one was awesome, and it was cool because like I was at that game.
What the fuck did he want like a gift certificate to Boogs or something?
You were at the game that he smashed it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Wow.
Yeah, I had great.
That's
seats
a where
that
were
night,
you?
too.
That's
Could you
a
hear
good
it?
one.
Oh yeah, because my seats were in the lower bowl between home plate and the Orioles on deck circle.
High roller over here.
Yeah, it was
lower
roll. Yeah, it was. I know people. But no, like as soon as he went back to the dugout, like you heard things shattering, like pieces of the phone, like casing or whatever it's in, like the plastic was out onto the warning track. It was crazy. Pedroia was like right
brutally
there.
Injured Pedroia. Yeah, that's what I was like. That could have been so bad.
Poking like people's eyes out with a shard.
Yeah, like if he gave him a concussion or something, or like brain damage. Do you think that? Wow, imagine the ripple effect if Ortiz like injures Pedroia.
Killed Pedroia.
Well, I was gonna killed him. Like blinds him. Do they keep Ortiz around if he blinds Pedroia?
It depends on how he's hitting. Like, man, like, if he's still got a 950 OPS, man, like it's all right. Team suspension for 1 day.
That was 13, right? So they definitely keep
also
him through that.
Also, a fun nugget from that night. Steven Drew went deep twice. So
wow. Can the MLB suspend you for shit you did to a teammate, or does it have to be a separate guy or a guy under the other team?
I feel like if it makes the league look bad, they'll just.
Did the league do anything about Papelbon choking Bryce Harper? Was it?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Was that what it was? Papelbon choking Bryce Harper in the dugout
let me
when they were teammates.
Papelbon.
Fun fact.
That's the first one that came to mind.
Do you know
the Nats
traded
suspended
to get Papelbon
for that?
Okay, and so the Nats did it specifically. What you were saying, Liam?
I said, do you guys know who the Nats traded to Philly for Papelbon?
Ooh, what team are they on now?
I don't know.
Any guesses? The team this show is based on.
Oh fuck! Really? Pavetta.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mickey P. How about that? That's a crazy one.
Really? Wow. How about that? The more you know. I did not know that.
I did not know that. That's
full of fun facts on this episode.
That's pretty good. You guys see Strasburg's hurt again? He had a good career.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that contract is crazy.
Oh, it's insane.
It's still like on the hook for like 4 more years after this, right?
I get that he was like a legend, for when they had just won the World Series and all this, but like
he was amazing in that World Series.
I don't know. I probably would have gone with Rendon. I mean, either is bad actually in hindsight.
Or Accent Scherzer. I know he was older, but I will say when it's all said and done for Strasburg, whenever that is, I think we're gonna realize how like he didn't live up to like the super mega like the next Sandy Koufax or Pedro kind of, because he was, when he was drafted, like the billing on him was
the hype
crazy,
was insane.
but he was sensational in he really was. If you go back and look, he was a fantastic pitcher.
That debut was electric.
Yes, when he had 14 strikeouts or something like that.
Yeah,
something crazy.
Hall of
Famer. I'm not sure. I guess I'd have to look at it, but like, I think he's got a case. Like the World Series MVP. Like,
I don't think he played long enough.
It wasn't healthy long enough. That's probably the thing that does.
So he wasn't healthy for when he played, and it also wasn't long enough in the first place.
But when he was on, he was about as good as you can get, honestly. Like when he was on, he was one of the better, like one of the elite pitchers in baseball. He was really, really good.
Oh my god, he currently only has 1,723 Ks. That's really low.
So not a Hall of Famer. That it's a lot of.
I mean, my thing is
like, I guess
he lost all of 2011 because he had Tommy John. He made 5 starts, and then like since 2019, he's only thrown 30 innings.
Always something.
He's pitched 8 games the last 3 years.
Like, I mean, he doesn't have. There aren't a lot of innings on that arm, for better or worse.
He's thrown 1,470 innings.
Yeah,
never won a Cy Young, huh?
No, I think he came close a couple times. If I recall,
he came in 3rd in 2017 and 5th in 2019.
2017 NL had to have been, was it Max?
I'm gonna assume
2017.
Yeah.
I think he won 16 and 17
because 18 and 19 were DeGrom, I think, right?
Yeah.
So.
Can you tell me 2014? Oh, this is easy. Never mind.
Kershaw?
Yeah.
Did he win MVP? Was that the year he won MVP as well?
Yeah, I think so.
14. Yeah.
Kershaw, yeah. That was,
wow, he was so good.
Now he is a Hall of Famer. Yes. That is easily.
I will say I was happy for basically only him when the Dodgers won the World Series.
Same.
But it was really funny.
It was
I was not happy for Mookie.
Not Mookie's
he
fault.
He had one already. It wasn't like he just tortured guy. It was funny, like the mental block that Kershaw had for the playoffs was like so beyond anything I've ever seen. Like the one that made it like beyond, like it was sad and then it was kind of funny and then it went even further to like what's going on was in 2019 against the Nats when he came in relief and gave up 2 home runs.
Howie
instantly.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
Was that did he give up the Howie Kendrick home run?
I think one was Kendrick and one, I think Soto hit the other one. Maybe.
Oh, you know what it was? He gave up one to Rendon. He gave up back-to-back to Soto and Rendon. It tied the game.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And then Howie Kendrick took Joe Kelly deep.
Joe Kelly deep. Gotcha.
Yeah. And it was just like, and they literally brought him in relief as like, okay, I think, we're up a couple runs. Let's just get him, try and exercise some demons. And it did not work.
Kind of like how Francona.
I think it was on like 4. It was on like 4 pitches or something. It was.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Pedro got brought into Game 7 against the Yankees in 04.
You're like, why is he doing it? Like, why is he here?
He's like, silence the "Who's Your Daddy" thing, and then immediately got lit up, and they're like,
In 4 Days in October, it's so funny when. And I love Terry Francona, but it's so funny when he's like, it meant a lot to him, meant a lot to Pedro, he wanted to do it, and then it smash cuts to Pedro, and he's like, I didn't want to come in. Like Francona just completely made up this story in his brain that Pedro was like, yeah, let me come in.
It's like Rick James in the Fuck Yo Couch guys. Like, come on. I would have go grinding my feet on Eddie's couch. Come on, I got a little bit more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on his couch.
Oh, Sale hit 96 today in his bullpen session.
Hell yes! That's what I'm starting to build that up. Even again, his fastball has enough movement, has enough life to it that even like 96, he can live with that.
How many years are left on his deal? 3?
I was going to guess 2. Chris. Sale,
here's one more nugget on Strasburg. How many times do you guys think he threw, or how many times do you guys think he started 30 plus games in a season?
3 times.
Well, I know Jake was already looking at the page.
No, I don't know that though. I don't know that. Is it 3?
But no, you nailed it 3 times.
Yeah,
2013,
I didn't
2014,
think it was a lot.
2019. That's crazy.
Yeah, he broke down. Hey.
Anyway, that's
he got the bag though. That's what you like.
He did get the bag.
So after this year for Sale, this is according to Spotrac, which is a very handy website. Next year he has it looks like an option. I don't know if it's a team option or a player option. I would guess it's a player opt out available after 22. If he opts in, it's 27 for the next 2 years, 27 and a half rather. He's going to take that option.
Yeah, I mean, he's made of glass. He can't risk that. I mean, maybe he's really good next year and he opts out.
So then he would opt in for 23 and 24, and then 25 has a vesting option with $5 million deferred to 2040, I'll have you know. It vests with a top 10 finish in 2024 Cy Young and healthy. So
that's what it says in the and healthy. That's what it says.
Plus healthy.
Do you think that's in the contract worded like that?
Probably.
On Baseball Reference, it says
if he gets,
like as
if
long
he
as
gets
he
a
doesn't
scrape
finish
on his
the year
elbow
on
or
the
gets
IL.
Finish on the IL.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. So there you go. I was like, if he gets like a little cold.
If he's really good next year, I could see him opting out.
Well, he has to opt in to 23 and 24, I think. It's a player opt out available after 22. So we'd have to, which again, he's going to opt into that even if he
Oh,
good.
it's this year. Sorry,
After this year. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Okay.
So he's going to opt in. So
yeah. Okay.
So I if hopefully he can stay healthy for those next 2 years.
I was talking to when Devers hit his home run last night. I was saying to my dad, we were watching the game, and I was saying, I think the year he's having. Well, it's funny for the Red Sox because now they're gonna have to pay him even more instead of just signing him last year. But I think with everything, like in a vacuum, yes, obviously they should re-sign him, of course. When you take in everything else, like Xander and Mookie, and just like the state of the team the last few years, I think it makes it even more important to re-sign him because it's like with Mookie, it was like, okay, he's amazing, but you could kind of see the lineup still work without him. Like he was the leadoff guy, but you had enough pieces where it was like, okay, like that sucks and it's terrible, but at least you're not like
there was still like a core. There was still a core.
Like if Devers leaves, you do not have an offense. Like it is gone.
I mean, he's the best overall hitter on the team. Xander's obviously a very gifted hitter, and JD's a gifted hitter. But all things considered, in terms of getting,
I might throw JD a little 2 or 3 year deal offer after this year.
I would. The hitting machine, the hitting master.
I'd give him 2.
Like he's slow and he can't move, but he's a DH. I don't care.
How much would you give him a year? I'd say like 18.
18? Yeah, nice.
Wow, same page.
I was gonna say 15. You guys are nice.
No, he's worth more than that. I mean,
I agree too.
It's also not my fucking money.
And
I don't fucking care about the luxury. Like
no, but there's 30 DHs now. Like he'll have places to go.
He'll have options.
There was a report recently that like the Dodgers are gonna have like the highest luxury tax bill ever this year with like $42 million. Like that's fucking nothing to John Henry. That's nothing. It's lunch for him. It's nothing. If I was that rich, I'd be like, fucking pay him. He's still hitting well, still hitting the ball hard, still a good approach.
I don't even care that he can't move. Like Ortiz was playing on stubs his last, like he literally,
he was his feet
didn't work.
His feet were toast.
Yeah,
and he was still fucking raking. I know that's an anomaly, but JD's still much younger than Ortiz was at 16.
Like career DHs, JD's not technically a career DH, but you know what I mean. Like guys that stick around at the DH, they age well. Like their bodies don't get worn down.
Nelson Cruz is on the other side of 40 now. He's still hitting.
Yeah,
not as well this year, but you get my point.
And I just don't want to go through the 1 year they didn't have the Red Sox didn't have like a guy at 17. It's so miserable. Like I don't want to go through that again. It sucks. And he's having a better year this year than last year.
JD?
I don't know. He just looks good. I would totally offer him 3 years if he'd be interested in that.
The wrist speed and like the power like that naturally as you get older, it's not going to be as good. But what doesn't go away,
he's still hitting like 340. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, like as long as he's
even if it goes down from there, it's still going to be damn good. The power and the average on base and stuff like that. But what doesn't change is how smart he is at the plate. He's still going to be able to draw walks. He's still going to be again productive, competitive at bats. He's still going to give you that even if as he gets older.
And I don't think the whole. Everybody was always like, "Oh, Devers can move to DH," but that's fuck that. I don't, especially
because he's looking better at third base.
He's
there's no need to make him a full-time DH.
Yeah, like he's not going to win the fucking platinum glove. I don't need him to.
Doesn't have to. Right?
Yeah.
Just don't sink the team defensively. No. The play he made, was it yesterday? Where he charged on the ball when it was in the shift. Like his whole thing, like. Even towards the start of this,
nobody gives a shit about it because Ref Snyder made his catch.
Yeah, obviously, what a fucking catch that was. You know what I mean? But Devers' whole thing, even as he's gotten better with just the glove itself, it's like okay, he's made some nice picks, but he doesn't have like a ton of range. You know what I mean? Which again, he doesn't have.
He's always had a good arm, though.
He made a great charge on that ball on a tough play, bang bang play. He showed a little bit of range there. He's been great defensively, and then of course what he does with at the plate is stellar.
Yeah, if they're gonna have to shell out some money this offseason. Now that I'm sort of saying it out, like if unless they get like super creative, they do have prospects to trade, like not every guy, which I hope they don't fall into the like hold all your prospects
stashing prospects.
Yeah, because has that ever worked ever?
The Kansas City Royals, the Cubs, the Astros. But
no,
but those are exceptions. So many teams try doing that. Doesn't always work.
I mean, the Orioles have been doing it since 2019.
I don't know if that's.
But the Astros also made move. When the time came, they made a move.
They got Cole. They went and got. Well, they didn't win the World Series with Cole, which is funny. But
the Cubs made a move for Chapman, right? They traded.
Right.
He didn't sign. Exactly. Yep. That's right. There you go. I'm trying to think off the top of my head any moves that the Royals made in 2015. I'm sure they did.
Cueto. They got Johnny Cueto.
They did get
there you go, Johnny Cueto. There you go. Good pull. So again, point is, you don't want to fall too in love with your prospects. I mean, there are some guys where I'd be like, unless the right deal rolls, like Bello, I wouldn't want to trade. Like
I think Bello, Meyer, and Cassis, I think are the only guys that I'm like.
Yeah, I think that's your three.
No one like that is completely untouchable, but it's going to have to be a pretty damn good deal.
Meyer right now is untouchable for me. Everything I've heard about him is like he's going to be like
the
he's
swing is sweet.
Yeah.
What would you hypothetically, just because this is a guy who's probably going to be dealt, bad team, good player, what would you give up for a Frankie Montas?
Ooh. Like,
I don't know, Jeter Downs,
Bello.
You'd give up Bello
if 1.5 for one. If they would do that, like he's young. Like
I don't know.
Bello and somebody shittier, I would do.
I think Montas is under team control going into next year as well.
Only 1 year though.
I'll double check on that.
Yeah, but I would. What do you guys think? You don't think Bello?
I would do I would do Nick York. I would do.
He's not hitting that well this year.
Forgetting about Nick.
So maybe his pedigree isn't as high.
Yeah,
but just someone at that kind of a level, and then whether it's Bello.
So this complicates.
I'd keep Bello over Mata, but
I was just gonna say this complicates the question. I guess I wouldn't trade Bello until I'm certain. I wouldn't trade until Mata is healthy and I know that he's like back and good. When you have both of them, I would trade either of them, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't make a move.
Montas fucking good, man. He started incorporating, I think, the splitter more often.
Yeah, but it's like if you trade Bello and then Mata, it winds up he's cooked. Like then you have no starter again. It's
my thing is like I'm comfortable with the starting pitching depth though. So like I wouldn't.
Fair enough.
Okay, Montas is great, but does that really make you
player
a significant
hypothetically trade for?
Right, like I'd look for like an outfielder.
Brian Reynolds. I know he's not having a great year.
Sweet.
He's not having a great year, but he's still a damn good player.
I don't
think
like
the
that
would trade him though.
No,
I think the best player I would trade is one of Mata or Bello. I would not
trade Casas.
No, I wouldn't either.
No,
and I wouldn't trade Meyer. He's too young.
That's fucking Juan Soto is being.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Meyer's one of those guys like that. You know that'd be like the Tatis trade or something. Like he's so young, you're like, oh, nobody. It doesn't matter. He's a little baby right now, and then he ends up like an MVP kind of guy.
James Shields.
Yeah, big game James, baby. Who never won a big game in his life. Nobody knows why that's his nickname. That's one of the weirdest nicknames of all time.
Great point.
Certainly not after the trade.
No.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's.
I think that trade happened post Bartolo home run, which makes it funnier for the White Sox, or not for the White. When you look at the White Sox, that's what makes it funnier.
Yeah,
this guy gave up.
Yeah, he was pitching for the Padres when he gave up that home run. Yeah.
Yeah. So the White Sox like, hey, this guy just gave up a home run to Bartolo Colon. You know who we have to give up? You know who we have to give up? Potentially the best player in baseball in 5 years.
Was Tatis their number one prospect at that time?
I think technically he was kind of like a lottery ticket kind of a guy. Like he wasn't held to that high regard, but then he went into the San Diego system and flourished. And they were like, ooh, big mistake. A steak wearing some lipstick and a nice Sunday hat.
I know exactly what meme you're talking about.
Big mistake. You know the one. Yep.
I know we all know the one.
Circling back to Frankie
on Sox prospects, is the three untouchables we just said, is that our top three? Like,
has to be.
I would imagine.
No, Nick. Right? They have Nick York still above Bello.
Well, Bello's kind of been like a late surger as of late.
Yeah, he's 23. He's 23. He kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
If he keeps cutting up AAA, like, do we think we see him at all this year?
I think you could see him in September.
As a reliever, yeah, definitely.
So similar. My dad actually brought up this point. This is a great point
because he's moving fast this year, which is crazy.
You look at similar to something in 2008 what the Tampa Bay Rays did. They called up Price in August or September.
Yeah,
I know we're in a newer age of technology, even compared to 2008. Like, you can get a reading on a guy in the minor leagues, but you also not really, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know exactly what he's going to provide at the major league level. Guys don't have a chance to see him in those, late season important games when you're trying to secure a playoff spot. He could be great to deploy for an inning or two. Throw guys off that way. You know what I mean? You don't really have a book on him, and you could kind of take advantage of that. I could definitely see him being a September call-up.
I know that Myers is only in Salem, but the kid he's 19 and he's hitting 324.
He's had 3 home runs this past week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, with a 390 on base, and he's slugging 570. Like, that's great.
Stupid.
The kid's fucking.
He probably still has some puberty to go through. Like, that's crazy.
He might be baby him.
He might be baby him.
Baby him. They call him baby him. Frankie Montas, just going back, making $5 million this year off of arbitration avoided, I should say. He has one more year of arbitration in 23, and then he becomes a free agent at the age of 31. Again, according to Spotrac. So if you were to trade for him, if any team's going to trade for him, they're going to have to shell out a little bit more. It's similar to Barrios last year. But I thought that was an overpay too, though.
Was
it Austin Martin and
Austin Martin? Yeah.
The only time I'm comfortable with those sort of deals is like when they structure it so like the guy agrees to an extension before the trade, or like, you know what I mean, like
with Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah,
I mean, like, they had a verbal agreement in place. Yeah,
like stuff like that. Then it's like, okay, that's fine.
I get it if your team, like. I mean, even if you were the Red Sox and you see like a clear chance, like, okay, this is your chance to really contend. Like, hey, Banner's hanging forever.
I don't see that, I guess. So that's like we're good. I don't think.
But like, if you did think like, okay, this is our shot here again. Like, if you are the Kansas.
I hate to give the Yankees credit, but this year, I could see them giving up a really good prospect for a Montas or something. Garrett Cole's their worst pitcher, by the way, which is crazy.
Yeah,
it makes you think.
Very funny.
Is the guy.
It does make you think. That's, Garrett Cole is not him. Really does not shine under the bright lights. When it matters most, the dude stinks.
Kermit Cole.
2 wildcard games and he sucked both times. Grow up.
Both times gave up a bomb to Schwarber.
Yeah, Schwarb. His
That's right.
Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah. If you're playing Garrett Cole in the wildcard game, you got to make a move for Schwarber.
The mark of inefficiency is Kyle Schwarber.
Went right into the Allegheny River. So, all right. Do we want to pick a winner for this? We've teased it. We've waited long enough. Do we want to get a winner here for Jake's junk here?
Do you have that thing you did?
I do. Yes. Full disclosure, there is a chance that the system here, the website, spits out someone like Jake or Liam or myself. If that is the case, we will redraw. We are men of faith, as there's a drive into deep left field by Castellanos, and also men of honor too. So a review of one more time of what you can win here. Jake, do you want to break it down? What people can win with this? As I pull up the website,
it's a dime bag of Fenway dirt.
It's not mids, folks.
No, it's a pair of Kike Kike shades and a JD Martinez home run cart bobblehead. Those are the 3 prizes.
Some pretty good prizes there, folks.
The bobblehead's cool.
I have a person drawn here, and again, if you remember the stipulations, you had to retweet.
Oh, well, have they definitely reviewed us before?
You had to follow and reply to the tweet with a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify. So I have a person drawn here. I am checking to see if they replied. If not,
name?
We will redraw. I'm not going to say.
We can't reveal it.
And it is not one of us. I can tell you that. All right. This is a high-intensity moment here.
It is. You're scrolling.
I have not seen them yet.
Oh, no.
We got it.
All right. Who we got?
The winner of Jake's Junk is Alexander the Average at _tooth_hurts. You have won, my friend.
Nice.
You have won the junk. So we will be in touch. Jake will get on the Pony Express and he'll drop off the junk to your house himself. He promised off the air he would do that.
Nope. That is incorrect.
Man. So Alexander the Average at _tooth_hurts. You are the winner, our friend. So we will
right now.
So there you go. All right. So if you don't want to stay for an all-time screaming match here,
embrace debate.
If you don't want to embrace debate, you can end the show here. We are done with the baseball talk, the baseball analysis. Maybe we go into a baseball tangent. I don't know. We thank you for tuning in and for dealing with our random, talk about Muppets and celebrities dying and stuff like that. We appreciate you hanging on, and we'll talk to you next week. But if you want to stay for an absolute bloodbath of ice cream takes, you have come to the right show, because a little context here. I was in Burlington, Vermont this past week. It was my vacation week from work. Burlington, by the way, delightful little town. Yeah. I love Burlington. Beautiful on Lake Champlain. Go on the Spirit of Ethan Allen ferry if you're ever there. In Burlington, it takes you on a beautiful tour of the lake. It's awesome. I love Burlington. Great bars, great places to eat. Church Street's awesome. Great little town. The original Ben & Jerry's is on Church Street in Burlington, and me and my fiance, friend of the show, Missy Mopena, Alex, we went in there. We also went with a friend of college at UMass, and then her boyfriend. We went in there. We got some ice cream. Very, very good stuff. Ben & Jerry's, you've heard of them. Your friends Ben as well as Jerry. They make great little treats for you. So I get a tweet after taking a selfie eating the ice cream with my lovely fiance, who knows ball, it does know what the best flavor of Ben & Jerry's is. I get a tweet from one Liam Fennessy that says, "Eat the Vermonster, you coward." All right? Fair request, but I had already ordered. I was already eating my ice cream. You could see it in my mouth, on my lips there. It was proof is in the pudding, folks, or in the ice cream. I am eating half-baked because I am a true man of culture. This man, Liam, has the unmitigated gall to reply with crowd booing 1 hour stadium noise, a screenshot of a video, as if to say that half-baked is bad. Now, it's
not bad, but it's not top 5.
Oh, fuck, spare me. For those who are not aware of half-baked, the amazing, spoiler, the best flavor of Ben & Jerry's that there is.
Well, half-baked. No, okay. That isn't true.
Thank you. Yes, it most certainly is. Here's what's in half-baked.
You're off the something.
Chocolate and vanilla ice creams with chocolate brownies and chunks of chocolate chip cookie dough. How the fuck is that not at least a top 5 flavor of Ben & Jerry's?
Well, that's fine. I'll give you a top 5. I'm not giving you the best flavor. That's crazy.
All right, so here's what I said was my top 5 in response to these gross and heinous allegations and attack on my assassination of my character from Liam. I say people have been begging for me to dish out my Ben & Jerry's top 5s. You see what I did there to dish it out like nice. My top 5 flavors. Here they are, 1 to 5. Half-baked at the top spot. Strawberry shortcake, cherry Garcia, mint chocolate cookie, and chocolate chip cookie dough.
I hate
you too?
I don't like cherries.
Cherries are delicious.
No, fuck
cherries
you.
are great. Oh, fuck you twice as hard there. There you go.
No cherries. No.
Chocolate chip cookie. After Jake's heinous allegations, I don't know if you heard the 5, but 5 is just straight up chocolate chip cookie dough, which you can't go wrong there. Liam, explain yourself. Like, what are you talking about here? Your half-baked take? You said I only got like 2 of the 5 correct in my top 5. What's going on here?
That's correct. So first and foremost, I'm not a Cherry Garcia hater. At least you're not despicable like some other people on this program. Jake. For me, it's not in my top 5 because I have, there are 2 tiers of my Ben & Jerry's favorites.
Let's hear your top 5. Let's hear it.
So top 5 current top 5.
You're over here, flip-flopper.
No.
Stand for something or fall for nothing, Liam. Come on.
I gotta give you. So the Hall of Fame, the retired numbers, which I used to eat a lot, were great. Don't have them anymore.
Is there a vote for this? Like, is there a veterans committee for your ice cream? Let's hear it.
So the Mount Rushmore would have to be.
That's what I'll do. A Mount Rushmore as well.
Fish food. Chunky Monkey,
Mm.
and which one am I forgetting?
Can't even remember.
Did I say Cherry Garcia?
You did say Cherry Garcia.
Yeah, so like there's like Hall of Fame tier. They're great. They're reliable. Awesome.
I have such a fat bastard take. I need to get off my chest. I hate when fruit is in my ice cream. I don't want it.
Oh, come on.
No, I can't stand it. Like Chunky Monkey and Cherry Garcia.
I mean, it's just banana ice cream. There's not bits of banana in it.
No, but I know that the banana's in there. I know that I don't like.
In your heart of hearts.
Ice cream to be a piece of shit. You know, when you eat Ben and Jerry's, Ben and Jerry's is the most like where have I gone wrong kind of ice cream you could eat. You know,
so decadent.
Like you just feel like an absolute piece of garbage after you eat Ben and Jerry's.
It's fantastic.
It's worth every bite. Every bite.
Well, okay, so. Should I give my Mount Rushmore just so we have, and then we can kind of...
Oh, yeah.
I will say, you give your top 5, then we can kind of go in, because I have a couple...
Okay, so my one is fish food, far and away.
Okay.
My 2 is Americone Dream. My 3...
What's an Americone Dream again? That's the
Stephen Colbert one.
Yeah, here, I got it right here.
Okay, so put a pin in the late night talk show point.
Vanilla ice cream with fudge, caramel waffle cone pieces, and caramel swirl.
Okay.
Tonight Dough is also good.
You know, Jake knows ball. Jake knows. I knew. It's contentious.
This is gonna ruffle some feathers, but I had a flavor a couple months ago at a Ben and Jerry's brick and mortar, if you will.
Ooh.
And it was Colin Kaepernick's Change the World.
I did see that advertised. What's in there?
I've never tried it though.
It is let me see. Well, you know what's not in it is racism.
Hey, he's not lying.
I can't find the flavor. Oh, here it is. Well,
Jake
okay, so
I'm making a difference here.
This is we're getting into honest hour. I am lactose intolerant for those who are unaware.
I'm getting.
I can take lactate. I can take lactate. I can eat the ice. I can take lactate. I can eat the ice cream anyway. You bitch. But,
yeah, I should not be consuming dairy, but I do anyways.
But Colin Kaepernick's Change the World. Get this, it's non-dairy and it's so good. It's caramel non-dairy frozen dessert with fudge chips, graham cracker swirls, and chocolate cookie swirls. And
that does sound good.
It's really good. I think that's in my top 4.
So
and I hate racism. That also puts it in the top 4.
You are brave. You are brave. I will say 2 things I noticed there. One, you noted the graham cracker in there, which strawberry shortcake does have. That's a big. I love strawberry shortcake.
Of strawberry shortcake.
And I love fruit in my ice cream. I think if you're just talking strictly just a regular, like no fancy schmancy Ben and Jerry's hard serve ice cream, strawberry is my favorite. I love strawberry ice cream. Then throw some graham cracker in there, some shortcake pieces in there. Strawberry shortcake's really good. And then I can't help but notice, Jake, you must be a big caramel guy.
I am. 100%. I get caramel iced coffee every day. That's my I get.
So from Dunks, absolutely medium caramel swirl.
Or from anywhere. I don't need it from. I mean,
caramel swirl's good.
I do often go to Dunks, but I'll get caramel anywhere.
It's delicious. Their caramel swirl can resuscitate a dead man. It clearly did with Jake. He was dead just a couple weeks ago, and he told me he had a coffee. He actually didn't tell me he had a coffee, but point is, caramel I can give and take. It depends. Like caramel,
if there's too much, there's a certain.
Caramel, like by itself, like a hard candy kind of, that shit sucks. Get it out of my face. I don't like that. But put it maybe in some ice cream, could be good. Put it in coffee, it's delicious. It's kind of a case by case basis with caramel.
They have so many flavors that I've never. I'm like browsing the.
And you noted fish food. Fish food is honorable mention. Fish food is delicious.
Fish food's a classic.
No, fish food's the goat. Fish food's the goat. I'm sorry. Nothing better than.
That's why it's in my Hall of Fame.
One of those marshmallow bites, and then a little. You crack the little chocolate fish. Nothing better.
Very
satisfying. See, sometimes that chocolate fish is too hard, and like
I didn't know you were a huge baby. Sorry.
He's gonna chip a tooth.
Mr. Fruit is icky, yucky.
My toothy.
I don't want to eat a strawberry.
The chocolate fishes.
You put a You put an apple in front of Jake, and he's like Mr. Burns, like ah.
No, I like fruit. I like
Icky, get it away.
I often do not like fruit flavored things, if that makes sense. Like I'd rather just eat the fruit usually.
I think I understand that.
I kind of do, but I disagree with it.
Here's a weird thing.
I disagree with it too.
I very much enjoy peanut butter flavored things like a Reese's cup or like
delicious.
peanut butter, but I do not like peanut butter. Like I won't put peanut butter on.
What?
Yes. No, I know. I'm sorry. Hey, sorry.
What are you talking about?
I tell you guys these things. I'm honest with
crazy.
You. And
I think my diet consists of 80% peanut butter.
If that was my take, Guantanamo Bay could not get that out of me. Are you kidding?
No, I'm sorry.
Peanut butter's amazing.
I eat like a complete asshole. I'm a big.
I do too.
Like chicken tenders. I'm ordering chicken tenders anywhere I go.
I know what I like. I know what I don't like.
I have the palate of like a 7-year-old.
What do you think is like? Well, so maybe peanut butter is yours. Liam, do you have a food that like everyone universally likes, but you can't stand?
Oh yeah.
What do you got?
Pickles.
Oh, you know ball. Yes.
No. You've never had a good pickle then.
Hate pickles.
There's no such thing as a good pickle.
That's a baby
gross.
take.
Gross.
That's
they are gross. Sour. Wet and salty and ugh.
Hey, no,
what are you really salty? What are you eating?
This cucumber is really good, but you know what would be even better if we let it soak in vinegar for hours. Let's do that. Yeah.
Vinegar rocks. Vinegar is one of the best.
Anything
you don't like
salt
and vinegar tips?
Bizarre.
No, trash, because vinegar is bad.
No. You guys are babies. That's a little.
No, I'm with Fitz on this one.
That's a little fetus ass take. That's what that is.
I'll tell you this. Here's one, and I'm totally gonna get yelled at for this one. I don't care. Ketchup sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a huge ketchup guy.
Come on.
Like it's fine.
Bad. Mayo, bad. Relish, bad.
It's a poor man's
Mayo
barbecue
is bad.
sauce.
Mayo's repulsive.
Most condiments are bad. Barbecue sauce is great. I love barbecue sauce.
I like ketchup and I like barbecue sauce.
Ketchup, get it out of my face. Only place it belongs is the trash in my book.
Oh, the goat condiment though? Honey mustard.
Honey mustard. So I don't like yellow mustard. Honey mustard is solid. You put it on some boneless wings.
There's a clear difference.
I'd rather some buffalo sauce or some barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? But if it's only honey mustard, I can deal with that. So one of the things I said, fish food is an honorable mention. And the Tonight Dough, I haven't had a Americone Dream, but that does sound good.
I hate Jimmy Fallon, so I hate giving the Tonight Dough it's flowers, but
that's the thing. Tonight Dough is very good. In itself, I still don't think it's top 5, but even if Half Baked was called Tonight Dough, I think out of principle, I would have to keep it out of the top 5 because of the Jimmy Fallon association. I just can't bring myself to do that.
Yeah, for me, the ice cream outweighs his association far and away. It's my number one. It's perfect.
Watch the clip of him with Paris Hilton talking about NFTs from a couple months ago with a straight face, and then tell me that you support his ice cream. Because there's no way. There's no way. Oh, I love mine how it has stripes on the shirt. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. So great.
No, as cringe as he is, that ice cream is.
People forget Jimmy is a crippling alcoholic.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Jeez. Cut that. Oh,
anyway, Fitz, let me give you the rest of my current top 5.
Let's hear it.
Tonight there's the clear front runner. Yeah. Then we go milk and cookies. Then we go mint chocolate cookie.
I'm a slut for anything milk, cookies and cream, like Oreo related.
Mint. I'm out on mint.
So it's just like Oreo ice cream.
It is not. It is another thing.
It's a little different.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Mint's the first word. It's the first thing you're reading.
That's what it is.
What's the deal?
But to round it out, there's strawberry cheesecake is 4. And then 5 is a toss-up between the pumpkin cheesecake that comes out in the fall. It's like seasonal flavor.
I haven't even seen that one.
Phenomenal. And then there's another cheesecake-based one that they have that's unreal. So,
I'd rather just eat cheesecake. I don't want to eat cheesecake ice cream. I would just eat cheesecake.
I love cheesecake. At nighttime, we're lit at night. Cheesecake. What's your favorite flavor? Regular, original. Sensational.
Liam, that's not a bad list. Not a bad
Thank
list.
you.
Well, I was about to ask you, how does it feel to have a dog shit list?
I know my list is perfect. I will not lose sleep tonight over my
the mint chocolate cookie
list.
and strawberry shortcake inclusions do save it. The pumpkin shit, I can't speak to that. I can't imagine wanting pumpkin. I guess like you put like maybe some cinnamon in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean there's graham crackers bits in there too.
Okay.
So
what a great flavor, graham cracker.
As a graham cracker respecter, I have to tip a cap. I guess I'll have to try it for myself. Could be very good with a like a porch rocker, or not porch rocker, a flannel Friday from
for
Harpoon,
sure.
which is
For
delicious.
sure.
Have you ever had that?
No, I haven't. But
Great
I know
beer.
I know exactly what you mean though. You know,
Jack-o'-lantern from Sam Adams, delicious. Oh,
I have had those.
Great football watching beer. We haven't really gone. We haven't gone into many craft beer takes. Maybe we'll save that for a later episode because we're already at an hour and a half. So I don't know how far to go on with beers. You know what? How about quickly round out the show? Let's all come together. One quick beer recommendation for everyone before we go. Summer beer recommendation.
Wait, I'm not a beer guy.
You're not a beer guy.
No,
I'm not a huge beer guy either.
No worries if
honest.
not then. What's that? What you saying, Liam?
I've said I'm not a huge beer guy either, to be honest. But I do have one that's like
killing me, guys.
a classic like pumpkin beer. I'm trying to remember it's like I don't even know how to pronounce the brand name, but it's really good. Pumpkin beer.
Really good.
Big fan.
Natural Light would be my my recommendation.
I said it earlier. Porch Rocker is a great summer beer from Sam Adams. Shout out to Porch Rocker, and shout out to you for listening to this episode of Pod on Lansdowne and Ice Cream on Lansdowne, Pod on Church Street,
Pod on Sesame Street.
Wrap it up.
Pod on Sesame Street. Wrap it up. For Rude Ass Jake over there.
Music.
Wrap it up.
For Rude Ass Jake, for Bad Ice Cream Take Liam, I am the smart one. Fitz. Go Sox and go Half Baked.
Season 6.